broken now in BBR? Or not BBR, Bubble.
You're below BBR. Yeah, I just wanted to direct your attention to this bug, which is blocking our pipeline.
Oh, it is actually BBR.
It is, yes. I couldn't find out what change caused this test to fail so often, and retriggering doesn't help because it changes the state of the CF deployment. So yeah, just wanted to hear what the state is and if you can continue to investigate.
So we have moved BBR around, as in it was in cryogenics and it's now back with the Bosch team. So you are in luck, I guess.
Well, I would hope so, yes. I checked the working group.
No, I know, but
list.
I mean, actually on the back end, right? So within Broadcom, it has been moved from team.
Okay.
So it was with, yeah.
Okay.
Sure, we can start with that one. Oh wait, I first need to do attendance. Beyan is hiking, I heard. He's
yes.
Okay.
But he's in Germany, which apparently is not in this age yet, so they don't have internet everywhere. So
that's correct.
Possible. I saw him on Tuesday, but he didn't mention anything yet.
He mentioned it today and mentioned that he will join if he has internet. But yeah, as you can see,
a crazy thing. This
Do you know?
That's like
do you know where he is?
No, he did not mention that.
Okay.
Apparently, if you just go if you just go hiking, you lose all internet and network connectivity. Which is
Quite
interesting.
likely, yes.
But at least the trains are good, right? In Germany.
The trains.
Times.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, yeah. At least in the past, like, I don't know, 10 years ago, there was that thing, right? The trains in the Netherlands were really bad back then. And it was always, yeah, and then you go to Germany and the trains are really good. Like they just, but I heard recently that that's no longer the case. So, but when I grew up, that was a thing.
I mean, if they come, the trains are good. The question is, when do they come?
Will they arrive ever?
They are rebuilding an important train line. And they're now testing if the buses are robust enough they use buses as replacement and test if those are robust enough for the next months. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start with this meeting. Welcome to the Foundational Infrastructure Working Group meeting. Oh, there's no recording yet. Yeah. So Jochen wanted to discuss this one. So there's an old CLI removal, and what's the error that you're seeing? Now if I have access.
You should, yes, if you log in. Oui.
No, it doesn't help.
Wait, maybe I can share, but I guess the error is not really meaningful. It says summarizing one failure, timed out, backing up Cloud Foundry. It backs up and restores a CF, and it's really hard to tell where exactly the test fails.
Yeah,
so,
but I think people will have issues accessing those logs, so at least maybe attaching some or screenshots, maybe.
I can attach a full log, and if needed, I think I can also give you access to the bubble environment where this test environment is hosted.
I see. Yeah, I don't know who's going to be picking this up. I will discuss with the team. We'll just make sure that there's an. What am I going to do here?
So maybe.
Yeah, I will do that after this call.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. And feel free to drop if you don't want to look at wash PRs.
Yeah, okay, I'm just attaching logs and
yep, thanks.
Yeah, that would be all. Thanks for handling this. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. This is the Azure one, yes. So we have 2 reviews. Okay, then we are good to go.
Actually, Behana has an internet connection. He has merged my PR to access the stem cell CI 6 hours ago.
You did it when? An hour ago?
I had, yeah, 6 hours ago.
Oh, 6 hours, yeah. But then I think he still had internet, because this morning he said that he was going to go on like some team building activity.
Yeah, that's only a bump of the library. And
yeah, we already
there was the remark
proof.
that we maybe removed the version.
Makes sense. Follow up. That makes sense. People started seeing issues, right? Where was that reported? I saw something somewhere. Was that here? Oh yeah, the deadlocks, right? So This is being addressed. Okay. Any questions on that one? Just a regression or something.
The tombstones?
Yeah, the tombstones that they were.
I didn't get where they are thought. I mean,
This is the original PR.
hmm. Oh, they are in the SQL database of the director.
Yeah, and it's related to DNS.
Right.
And usually you should have multiple 10,000s of it.
Yeah. But they serve no function, so that's why they are removed. Or having 10,000 doesn't serve any function. Yeah. Here we're just waiting on the review. I was wondering, has SAP started testing with noble stem cells?
Oh, no, not yet.
We are not. We don't have a release candidate yet, but there are stem cells available.
Yeah, we will take it into the scope and test it once.
Yeah.
But do you have still open topics?
Yeah, there are still open topics, but this one here is this is the C groups v2 support for BPM. Yeah, that could do with some broader testing. So.
So testing it requires a noble stem cell?
Yeah, and here are links to noble stem cells. What's this about? Oh yeah, that's that one. Okay, but I don't think this work has been done. Yeah, my keyboard. My keys don't match my layout. It's horrible. even more broken. This FIPS related. I'm assuming this is FIPS related from. I think this is.
It's from Canonical, I think.
Yeah, I think it's from Canonical. Yeah.
But they're only fixing a test, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, I think this makes sense from what we've seen previously. Oh, and it's even only in the FIPS spec. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, issues. The last time we looked at this. E7. This is new.
I think it's the only new one.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. How would you get around that?
Yeah, the security setting.
Isn't that just like
macOS.
the general, like, I've downloaded a thing from the internet, please ignore all security stuff?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I will Google for a generic blog post to explain what to do.
Okay.
Did we discuss this already? I don't think so. Good question. I'll also have someone look at this. I don't know the answer. I think that's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any other business things people want to discuss?
Yeah, regarding the stem cell regions in China.
Yes.
I think there was a misunderstanding by Bayan, so we need an AWS China account for that.
Yeah.
And if I understood it correctly, this is a lot of effort for you, right? Because of all these limitations with you need approvals and so on.
Yeah, so we haven't been able. So I think back from Pivotal days, there was some construction or some firm that was hired to have that set up, right? Because you need, I think, like a Chinese business license or something to be able to apply for such an account. And they had that in the past, but that was already difficult to keep under VMware, and now on the Broadcom we're not allowed to keep this thing going. And I think also our customers in that region, I don't know what their status is. It's different.
Okay,
But
and
they are supposed to use heavy stem cells or something, but that doesn't work for AWS, or it's not that trivial. But yeah,
I think there's also a chance for the Cloud Foundry organization to get that, right?
Yeah, that would be a thing to follow up with Chris Clark, and I think we did that in the past. But yeah, that would be the way to go. Maybe the Linux Foundation has these types of accounts.
And if we provide an account, this needs only a user with specific rights to upload a stem cell or upload an AMI, and to share it into this region, right? Is this an option as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, then I will.
Because I think it is same as we had before, right? It was an account provided by a foundation member.
Yeah. Then I will clarify this internally, and maybe we continue with BN as well, that we discuss it with Chris to maybe get this in future in the Cloud Foundry organization.
Yeah.
And the second topic, we saw that currently the UA, so the let me check. The region was UAE. The UAE region is currently not in the stem cell for AWS. The question is, can we simply enable that? And
I think that's a pull request. There's some I think in CI somewhere a list.
I think the first step is that you must enable this region manually. It's not enabled
in your
by
account.
default.
I see.
Yeah, in your account. And yeah, that's the first thing. And then I think it's only a PR.
Or it is only a PR, we merge it and then it breaks and someone needs to fix CI.
Yeah, okay, for me, okay as well, but
I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, like, if you submit a PR, then we at least can have the discussion there and we can track like
perfect.
what needs to be done. It's the easiest.
Yeah, then I will provide a PR and then we discuss there.
We discuss there and then before merging, make sure that everything is in place.
Perfect. Okay, that's from my side.
I would have a quick and other topic. So we are still re-implementing the OpenStack CPI in Golang currently, right?
Oh, nice.
Right now we are doing that on a fork of the repository within SAP. And now the question is, I mean, we can just push our master Golang into master Golang of the OpenStack CPI repository.
Mm-hmm.
Want to have some more transparency on this because that branch wouldn't be protected by any branch protection rules right now, right? Which is okay because it's simply development. Yeah, that's the only question. What process do we want to, or is there a process that we want to follow there, or do we first of all just create that branch? And
ideally, we want to be able to review what's been done.
Yeah.
But doing it in one, I don't know, like doing massive PRs is not great from a UX point of view, and they historically usually keep, I don't know, the longer a PR, the bigger a PR, the longer they sit in this review state.
So I mean, already the work that we do have now, I mean, you cannot review that anymore, right? But we needed to do some steps just to figure out if our structure and code is in right shape. So, but there is already, I mean, create stem cell and delete stem cell, create VM, delete VM, has VM, and so on. And so first, that's all there, and yeah.
I see.
No,
and
it's not a complete CPI. There
no,
are
it's
a
not
lot
a complete
of APIs
CPI.
still missing.
It's still the development, but we are sure that now it's not. We are just following the same structure for the rest of the implementation, right? And then the question is if somebody in community is interested in what is going on there, and shouldn't we not start in the next 2-3 weeks to make that transparent for the community and just push to upstream.
So I think when we originally discussed this, there was an idea to implement parts of it or like do some shimming or something, right? Is that still the plan of record, or is this going to be like a full go rewrite?
That will be one day a full go rewrite. That's our goal. But for what we are doing is we are replacing method by method, and for all the methods we do not have right now in Golang, we just invoke the Ruby CPI implementation. Yeah, so we can use this Golang CPI even though it's not
functional,
complete.
right? So so you could merge what you have currently. You could merge it in, and it should, in theory, be non-breaking.
Exactly. In theory.
In theory.
And
but then like, if that's the case, then you want to get it in rather sooner than later, right? Because then, because otherwise you end up with like a situation where you have two versions. You get a V1 and a V2 OpenStack CPI, right, in separate repos, and then the risk of switching from one to another is going to be really big, or feels big for people.
Yeah.
Right. So if you do incremental releases while you, then it's easier to release, I guess, and adopt.
Yeah, exactly. But on the other hand, of course, we are not doing a full re-implementation. For example, network support was provided 5 years ago still by the what's the compute service name? Not Neutron, but Nova, right? So there is in the Ruby CPI there is still Nova support for networking. Of course, we will not deliver this, right? And we will also not deliver version 1 CPI functionality now in that Golang CPI, right? So
no, that makes sense. Yeah, there are some.
It's not a drop-in replacement. Maybe we oversee functionality that is still used in the last 3 OpenStack versions somewhere, could be, but at least it's our goal to be to support these 3 versions, right? That's the goal, yeah.
And there are not that much breaking changes, so the goal is that the configuration not really change.
Yeah,
and you can still use your old configuration for
exactly.
For
that's the
CPI.
goal. But of course, it could be that your OpenStack runtime is so old and outdated that we do not support this anymore, since it's deprecated since years what you're doing there, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I would recommend making a PR. And then we go from there.
Okay.
But getting that in earlier rather than later, I think is better. If it's in a functional state.
Yeah. Okay.
Then we're already using it internally, but of course other companies have other use cases, and we maybe missed that. So I think makes sense.
And did you make any progress on? I think we discussed last time something around maybe getting finding an OpenStack that we could use for testing.
I tried it, but no, I think that will not work.
Hard.
Yeah, it's very hard.
Makes sense. We're facing our
at least
our own
we
issues.
running the BUTS tests internally against our system, but this is of course not helpful for other companies. So.
Yeah, and so we have an OpenStack, but we're forced to. There's data center consolidation happening, which means they just take racks, unplug stuff, and move it into another place. That's like to have it all. There's, I mean, yeah, it's
okay.
There's actual downtime because things are being moved, physically moved. It's really interesting.
The good old way.
The good old way. We're gonna consolidate the. Yeah, I mean, if only there was like software to. I don't know, do this more seamless. But I mean, it to be honest, it's dev infrastructure, so it's different. But yeah, I don't know what the status is there.
Yeah.
But one question now from my side. So this OpenStack CPI, the way we do it now is that we have two jobs to do this kind of, so Bosch jobs to do this kind of switch. Is this something that we should also include in our PR?
Yeah, sure. Otherwise, we cannot.
Right.
I mean,
and other people will
we...
not be able to test it as well. But
no, but then it's opt-in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's opt-in,
because
exactly.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
you can configure the CPI path, right? I believe. Yeah.
It's a different job name, simply.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
sorry,
we're
different
using
job.
there.
It's a totally new job, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, but
you
then
just
you also need to. How does that work again with the CPI and the Bosch director? Does the Bosch director have a? It needs the path to the CPI, right? How does it find it?
So you can specify a CPI job and
just, exactly, you reference the OpenStack CPI release and take the job OpenStack CPI Golang out of it, and then you go, right? And the binary or the application launcher is still CPI in bin directory.
So you see here jobs vSphere, for example. Now instead of one here, so that's only one job, we will have two. So it's not only vSphere CPI, it will be vSphere CPI Golang, something like that.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So you have different jobs, but then there must be something on the Bosch deployment side, right? Something
exactly.
where it references that path. Is that true?
No. That's not referenced via path. It's just
not path.
The job.
Yeah.
But then how does it find the job?
By name?
I mean, but it's not. But then,
if you go back 1 second, just go back once. It was just showing up. I saw it.
Was it in the search?
Not here exactly. Here you are. Do you see director CPI job, and it's replacing it by this, isn't it?
Yeah, there. Yeah. That's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So that's also the property then, right? So you could also think about maybe an ops file.
Yeah. We could provide an ops file in the Bosch deployment to enable that, yeah.
Because we do have an OpenStack CPI here, right? So
yeah, this is an option.
Yeah.
I mean,
we did not think about Bosch deployment integration right now.
Yeah.
Because we're not using Bosch deployment, but of course, yeah, sure.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but I mean, like, just yeah. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
I've always wondered what version of OpenStack is currently supported by the current Ruby version of OpenStack CPI?
That's a big question mark.
And my second question is, would it be possible to document that?
Maybe it's documented, but
I don't know.
I've looked for it, but didn't find.
I think the limiting factor is here the OpenStack library, right? The Fog
library.
The Fog OpenStack library. And I think they documented it, but I'm not sure about it.
So it's not here. It should be here in that README.
Yeah, but I mean, like that, like the support would mean that you have a matrix of different OpenStack versions that you test against, and that's just not the reality because it's hugely expensive, right? Like, running OpenStack is really expensive, right? So we are also running a pretty old version because I mean it's just like you cannot get it as a service, or we at least cannot. So like every time we update that thing, it's actual people spending quite a lot of time on making that thing run a different version. So yeah, we're not going to make any claims around supporting certain versions. Like if it works with your OpenStack,
it would be more a kind of table in a wiki page stating we have tested with that version and it kind of work to give some insights. Wouldn't be
but then it has been
to
tested to work with the version that we happen to run on the Broadcom side and the version that SAP runs on their side. Like those are the versions I think that it's tested against.
And then you have the problem that you have to have one OpenStack version. Every API has its own versions, and that's quite confusing. And I think
so you have to match. You have to state which version is supported and then match. It kind
but
of
it's
looks
gonna
like...
be so like it's not gonna, the chances of that information being useful and up to date are like really slim, right? Because there's a big chance that it just works, but like with OpenStack, because it's so bespoke every time, you just need to test it.
So to be honest, if you want to use it, you must test it. There is no way that you look into a table and say, okay, this will work on my side. That's unrealistic.
Yes, in the OpenStack world, it is. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Let's leave it at that. Take care, people.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
See you.
Take care.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.